welcome everyone to GTW Holiday Mayhem. I am your host, Infinite Fantasy. New York City, welcome to Grand Tour Wrestling Holiday Mayhem, live here at the most famous arena in the world, Madison Square Garden, live on pay-per-view. Tonight, we celebrate this joyous holiday with a night of competition, excitement, and mayhem. Old friends turned into bitter enemies. Faarooq will meet John Bradshaw Layfield in a grueling Hell in a Cell match to end their rival once and for all. New York's own Stephen Dynamite and the Witch will challenge my son, Damian Maximus and Rebecca Troy, for the Intergender Tag Team titles, and our main event where Hercules will defend the World Heavyweight Championship against Jon Moxley in a Christmas death match. But before we get into tonight's event, I would like to congratulate the winner of Infinite Fantasy's Holiday Art Contest, Art Seimata, for her amazing festive art, and the runners-up, Joyce Foskin, Risk is Rocket 94, Henry T. Pardo, and My Dark Arts, whose all art is displayed here on tonight's ring. Now, without further delay, it is time for tonight's Christmas traditional opening match, Santa Claus vs. Krampus. To everyone in attendance here in Madison Square Garden, and every GTW fan watching around the world, Merry Christmas! And there we go, folks. That is GTW's director, Charles Elliott, greeting the fans here at Madison Square Garden. And we're about to open up with a banger, as we're gonna have Santa Claus taking on Krampus for tonight's opening match. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Infinite Fantasy, and welcome to GTW Holiday Mayhem, live here on pay-per-view. Merry Christmas, one and all. It's gonna be a banger of a night as we celebrate the holidays with competition, surprises, and absolute carnage and mayhem. But first, it's time for our opening match. As tradition demands, we're going to have Old Saint Nick taking on the Demon of Christmas himself, Santa versus Krampus, here on Holiday Mayhem.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from the North Pole, weighing in at 400 pounds, the Saint!
And here we go. Old Saint Nick, Santa Claus, making his GTW appearance on this special holiday night. We're live here at New York City as Santa Claus has finished delivering all the presents to all the boys and girls out in the world, but is going to be spending here Christmas night, delivering one final gift here at the people of Madison Square Garden.
And his opponent from New York, weighing in at 232 pounds, Krampus!
And here comes Krampus. If you are nice, Santa Claus comes out to give you the gifts. But for those who are naughty, you come out and face the hellish demon himself, Krampus, coming out to punish all that is naughty. The evil Christmas incarnate coming his way to the ring, ready to face old Saint Nick here on Christmas night. And what an amazing opening match we're about to have, as these two forces of Christmas are about to go head to head. Good versus evil. The giving versus the killing. The savior versus the absolute demon. But who will come out on top? Will it be the spirit of joy and goodwill, or will it be evil incarnate? We're about to find out, as Santa and Krampus are now in their corners. Here in tonight's opening match, the referee calling for the bell, and Holiday Mayhem is on. And there's Krampus with a huge right hook, grappling Santa Claus from behind. Saint Nick now with an arm drag, reversing Krampus, putting him into a massive headlock. And here he is. He has him in a tight hold. We're taking a good look at that amazing artwork on the ring by the 5 contestants at the Infinite Fantasies Holiday Art Contest this year. And there we have Artse Mata, whose artwork displayed right in the middle of the ring, along with Risk Rocket 98, Joyce Foskin, Mike Dark Arts, and Henry T. Pardo, who have their arts displayed right there in the corner. Now we have Krampus and Santa Claus grappling off. Santa Claus having Krampus push into the ring. The referee now breaking him up. Now the two once again getting into a grapple. And there's Krampus having Santa Claus in a major headlock. You see Saint Nick struggling to fight his way out of it. It's Krampus now locking in the headlock even tighter. And this might not be Saint Nick's night. This could be the night where Santa Claus gets pulled, delivered in a stocking, as Krampus takes him down to the mat. Santa Claus struggling extremely hard here. And now we're wondering, will Santa tap out to the submission hold? Will Krampus dominate Christmas? Right here on GTW Holiday Mayhem. And there is Krampus driving the knees into the side of Santa Claus. Here comes the Irish Whip. Santa Claus now in the corner. And Santa Claus delivers an elbow right into the face of Krampus, followed by an uppercut to the gut. And now he sets up Krampus for a good old holiday. Ho, ho, ho. Fireman's carry. Tables have turned as Santa Claus now bring in the holiday beatdown onto Krampus. And a huge frog splash by Santa Claus. Krampus rolling his way out of the ring, trying to get a little bit of a breather, and it worked. There's a possum pin by Krampus. 1, but Santa Claus kicks out. The 2 grapple up. Krampus now twisting Santa Claus into an armbar. Santa Claus with a right hook to reverse. Krampus with the receipt, now tackling him down to the mat. And you see Krampus being absolutely vicious against Santa Claus here in this opening match on Holiday Mayhem, live on pay-per-view. We're live here at Madison Square Garden as these two Christmas icons go head-to-head against each other. Both of them laying down a beatdown right on top of each other. Krampus now dominating this exchange of fisticuffs, but Santa Claus not giving in. And there's Krampus taunting Santa as he comes in. And Santa coming in, open hand chop. Krampus with the receipt, and the two going eggnog at each other over and over and over, as Santa Claus wins the exchange. Here comes Santa, setting him up. Pile driver. There comes the pin. 1, 2. But Krampus kicks out. Santa nearly had the win right there. You can hear the ecstatic electricity of the crowd here at Madison Square Garden. We're live at the heart of New York City. And an executioner by Santa Claus. And looks like he's getting on the top turnbuckle. Santa ready to fly on the sleigh. And a huge missile shoulder tackle by Santa Claus, now setting Krampus up. Looks like he's ready to wrap this match up. And another pile driver by Old Saint Nick. Santa Claus now going for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and to all a good night.
Here is your winner, the Saint!
An amazing win by Santa Claus as he has just saved Christmas on this snowy night. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Infinite Fantasy. Welcome to GTW Holiday Mayhem on pay-per-view. We got a big match card for you tonight. We're gonna have Faarooq and Jon Moxley put their rival to rest as they go head-to-head in a Hell in a Cell match. Brenda Bison looking to settle her disputes with Jamie Hayter in the ring one-on-one tonight. The tag team titles will be defended as the Dudley Boys go head-to-head against Billy Cactus and Justin Hicks of the Outlaws. We also have the Grand Tour Championship on the line as the Timeless Tony Storm will be defending as Dio Sebastian in this holiday rematch. The Intercontinental Championship will also be on the line as Grayson Holiday will be defending against Bad Boy Benjamin Bourne. The Intergender Tag Team titles on the line as Steven Dynamite and The Witch will be forming their own tag team tonight to take on the likes of Damian Maximus and Rebecca Troy, the Olympians, the brand new tag team within the Old Gods faction, and then our main event. In a Christmas death match, we're going to be having Jon Moxley challenging Hercules for the World Heavyweight Championship, and that's all coming up next on Holiday Mayhem, live on pay-per-view.
The following contest is a Hell in a Cell match. Making his way to the ring from Warner Robins, Georgia. Weighing in at 275 pounds. Faarooq!
And here comes Faarooq, ready to face off against JBL in a Hell in a Cell match. These former best friends, these former brothers, going head-to-head in what is gonna be one of the most brutal matches of their career. There is nothing that ends a career faster than a Hell in a Cell.
And his opponent from New York City, weighing in at 290 pounds, John Bradshaw Layfield, JBL.
Jon Bradshaw Layfield competing in his home city of Manhattan. These two used to be known as the Acolytes, also known as the APA 20 years ago. They were the closest of friends until one day Faarooq ended up getting fired from the competition. JBL refusing to follow him out the door, ended up leading his own career as a singles wrestler, chasing fame and fortune. Ever since then, Faarooq has held a grudge against Bradshaw. For the better of 2 months now, these two have been going head to head and it was decreed by Charles Elliott that the rivalry must end. Therefore, these two were going to settle things once and for all here on Christmas night in this Hell in a Cell match. The question is not a matter of who's going to win, but who will walk out in this career-ending match. And we're off as the bell rings. We're getting started inside this 20-foot sealed-off cage. There's no way in or out. There's nowhere to run. This match must end either by submission or pinfall. And here comes Bradshaw with a fireman's carry on Faarooq. And a clothesline by Faarooq on to JBL. JBL with a kick to the face. These two going all out here in this Hell in a Cell match. And a frog splash by JBL into the corner as he immediately goes for the pin. 1, 2, but Faarooq kicks out. There goes an elbow drop by JBL. 2 elbow drops by JBL. 3 elbow drops by JBL. Completely dominating over Faarooq. Thus far, out of the many matches these two have had over the last couple of months, Bradshaw has won every single one. Faarooq refusing to just let bygones be bygones. It has come down to this. And here is Faarooq being thrown outside the ring. And you see JBL is in no hurry to follow him out there. In this type of match, the ring is the safest place for both competitors. But now JBL finally following JBL outside as they fight ringside. And JBL throwing Faarooq right into that cage. And once again smashing his head into the cage gate. That's 100% steel. That Faarooq's head's being rung into. And there's JBL just throwing Faarooq right over the steel stairs. And this is where things become very dangerous as these two fight ringside right next to the cage. That cage can be used as a very devastating weapon. Not much room to move out there either. Faarooq doing the smart thing, getting back in the ring. By far the safest place to go inside this type of match. And here comes Bradshaw with a devastating powerbomb on the Faarooq. Now going for the pin. 1, 2, and Faarooq gets the shoulder up. Thus far, JBL dominating in this Hell in a Cell match. Here comes the Irish Whip. Faarooq reverses. He goes under. And Bradshaw ends up hitting the referee, using that momentum to clothesline Faarooq. 1, 2, and Faarooq again gets the shoulder up. And it's a big boot by JBL. Faarooq in a lot of trouble as he suffers another devastating elbow drop by John Bradshaw Layfield. You see Faarooq struggling to get to his feet. Here's JBL smashing Faarooq's head into the turnbuckle. And there he comes, taunting him from across the ring. And Faarooq with a reversal. And Faarooq throws JBL outside the ring. And I can only imagine what Faarooq has in mind if he wants to get him outside there. JBL rolling in the ring very quickly. They grapple up. There comes Faarooq with a power slam on to his former best friend. And JBL with a clothesline. Faarooq coming out of the rear seat, looking for another power slam onto JBL. And you can hear the impact echoing across all of Madison Square Garden. There's Faarooq coming off the ropes. And there's a drop kick. You can see how personal this match is as Faarooq bashing JBL's head into the ring mat. Here's JBL with a punch to the gut. And a major power bomb by John Bradshaw Layfield, now making his way to the top rope. And an atomic elbow drop by Bradshaw. He's talking to him. JBL looking to finish things off in this Hell in a Cell. But he misses. Faarooq reversals. With the last minute dodge, Faarooq has turned the tables onto JBL. But no, JBL, no, with a clothesline from hell. There's an elbow by Faarooq. You can see things are getting very personal between these two. They now have JBL in the corner, throwing him across the ring. Here comes the pin. 1. But JBL kicks out. There's a double axe handle. Bradshaw taking the punishment by his former best friend. Faarooq sizing him up, looking to put this one away. Could this be it? Could this be Faarooq's moment of vengeance? 1, 2, and JBL gets the shoulder up. This match continues. And there's JBL once again throwing. JBL once again being tossed outside the ring. Faarooq very hesitant to follow him outside. Said in a Hell in a Cell match, there is no place more dangerous than ringside. You see JBL about to smash Faarooq's face into this cage wall. Faarooq with a reversal. And JBL about to throw Faarooq into the stairs. Faarooq stops himself though. And a reversal with a jawbreaker. There's an uppercut by JBL. You can see that Faarooq has been busted open. He's got a cut right across the bridge of his nose there. And these two going back and forth outside the ring here. And there's Faarooq being slammed into the side of the cage. Another uppercut by JBL. Faarooq doing all he can to fight back, knowing that JBL has full intentions on using that cage as a weapon. And I can see it in JBL's face. He's got something planned for Faarooq. You see Faarooq, he can barely stand right now, constantly tripping over his own feet. And there's Faarooq being slammed right over the steel stairs. These two going back and forth again and again. This is no longer a wrestling match. This is an all-out brawl between these two. As JBL being slammed into the steel stairs. You can see these two are doing everything they can to each other. JBL against the stairs here. And once again, Faarooq, his ribs right into the steel stairs. Getting all bruised up. He's desperately trying to fight back. JBL trying to run away. And just turn to a contest to see which one of them falls down first. JBL with a hard right hand. Once again, throwing Faarooq into the stairs. Seems to be a constant theme in this match of JBL using those stairs as a weapon against Faarooq here. And a huge uppercut by JBL. Faarooq with the receipt with the uppercut of his own. An elbow by JBL. And a huge right cross. These two going back and forth at ringside here. I see Faarooq's head being slammed into the steel stairs right there. Oh my gosh! His head completely splattered into that cold steel. Faarooq completely laid out ringside. JBL taking a moment to try and get a breather, trying to get his bearings as Faarooq slowly gets to his feet. Both men finally getting back in the ring. And as Faarooq attempting a bench press, JBL reverses and a low blow. JBL with a low blow, but this time Faarooq sees it coming. He learned from their last match. He catches the low blow and reverses. An Irish whip to the ropes. He goes over. And a huge power slam by Faarooq. And here comes JBL with the pin after a clothesline from hell. 1, 2, 3, and JBL wins the match.
Here is your winner, Jon
This time, JBL can say he won 100% legitimately. These two went head-to-head inside the 20-foot sealed-off cage. And JBL now 3 for 3 in this rivalry. What an incredible match, but we still have more to come here tonight. Coming up next, we're going to have a one-on-one match. Brenda Bison versus Jamie Hayter from the women's division. This all started a couple of months ago where Brenda Bison, who was both one half of the Intergender Tag Team Champions and the Women's World Champion, she was taken out by the mighty Hercules after being a victim to the God Spear. Being placed into hospital custody, Charles Elliott had no choice but to strip her of both her titles. At that point, her tag team partner, Andre Armstrong, was given only 2 choices: either forfeit the Intergender Tag Team titles or find a new partner to take Brenda Bison's place. Jamie Hayter took the call and became Andre Armstrong's new substitute tag team partner. Upon returning, Brenda Bison came back to a Jamie Hayter that had lost the title that Brenda Bison herself had earned. Ever since then, those two have been going head-to-head, butting heads. Brenda Bison challenging Jamie Hayter to a one-on-one match here at Holiday Mayhem, promising that no matter the result, it ends with the bell. Now we'll find out which one of these two were truly deserving of being Andre Armstrong's partner as the Intergender Tag Team Champion. Was it Brenda Bison or Jamie Hayter? We're about to find out here on pay-per-view on Holiday Mayhem.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing the Red Faction from St. Petersburg, Russia, the assassin, Brenda Bison.
And you can see the focus and determination on Brenda Bison's face. This is her first match as a fully 100% medically cleared wrestler. Finally fully recovered after the attack by Hercules. She is looking to settle things with Jamie Hayter here tonight. Not happy with Jamie Hayter being her, as she calls it, replacement for the Intergender Tag Team titles. And even more upset that Jamie Hayter had lost in a title defense. She feels that she never deserved to hold the belt to begin with, and feels that she has been robbed of her place on the championship roster. Whether her feelings are valid or not is no longer relevant. All that matters is what happens here in the ring tonight. And now you see Brenda Bison, one half of the Red Faction, the Russian Assassin, waiting for her opponent.
And her opponent from England, Jane E.
Jamie Hayter, a former star in AEW, one of the top women in the women's division, about to go head-to-head with the Russian Assassin. She made a fine partner for Andre Armstrong, if you ask him. And if not for her, the Red Faction would have lost those tag team titles a long time ago. Jamie Hayter coming into this match in good faith that Brenda Bison will hold on to her word, that this rival between these two will begin and end with the bell here tonight. Win or lose, they're going to find out which one of these two is undisputed. And here comes the bell. These two going to lock up here. And Brenda Bison starting strong as she brings Jamie Hayter into the corner. The referee looking to break it up, and a cheap shot by Brenda Bison. No surprise from the calculating Russian Assassin, but Jamie Hayter not willing to let that go as she immediately goes into moving to a grapple with Brenda Bison, placing her into a headlock. And here goes the headlock takedown by Jamie Hayter onto the Russian Assassin. She's got that headlock in tight. Brenda Bison struggling to... Oh! No, never mind. There's a reversal by Brenda Bison. Placing Jamie Hayter in a leg submission hold. And it looks like Jamie Hayter has been busted open from the impact into the ring. Jamie Hayter already starting off in a bad way, suffering a head injury as Brenda Bison immediately goes for the pin. And then a kick out by Jamie Hayter. We're not even 2 minutes into this match, and already Jamie Hayter has been busted open, cut above the eyebrow, and a neckbreaker by Brenda Bison. Again, going for the cover. One. And Jamie Hayter again kicks out. You can see why Brenda Bison is going for those covers immediately. It's like a shark smelling blood in the water. And Hayter now being speared right off the ring apron, falling right in front of our announcer's desk. And Brenda Bison being held back by the referee, who's about to start the ring count. Brenda Bison wanting to go right after Jamie Hayter here. And it seems Brenda Bison's pace might be her undoing. Brenda Bison now taking the fight outside the ring with a major clothesline. Remember, this is a traditional style match. There will be countouts in this. Jamie Hayter going all out on Brenda Bison, hoping to incapacitate Brenda Bison long enough to get a ring out. And Brenda Bison with a bunch of strikes of her own. A European uppercut by Brenda Bison. And here comes Bison with a fisherman suplex on the Jamie Hayter. And then Bison throwing Jamie Hayter back into the ring, avoiding the countout. You can see this is not how Brenda Bison wants to settle things. She wants to compete in this match to the bitter end. And the Russian Assassin now using the ropes as leverage to wrench the arm of Jamie Hayter. And a huge knee strike by the Russian Assassin. Brenda Bison starting off strong. Now fully cleared for action as she's on the top rope. And a double axe handle on the Jamie Hayter. Hayter with a boot to the head. And she rolls her into a pin. 1, 2, but Brenda Bison kicks out. And there's Jamie Hayter delivering a knee into the back of the head of Brenda Bison. She runs across. An amazing fisherman suplex by Jamie Hayter off the corner. You can see that Brenda Bison's in a lot of trouble here. Jamie Hayter picking up momentum, going offensive in this one-on-one match. Brenda Bison throwing elbows into the sternum. And a clothesline by Bison onto Jamie Hayter. And here she is, taunting her, ready to go for the finisher. Jamie Hayter reverses. Bison with a reversal of her own. And here comes an armbar. Jamie Hayter, another one. So it's counter for counter between these two. Now Bison going for that armbar. And here comes Jamie Hayter. Fireman's carry. Another reversal by Brenda Bison. Fisherman suplex. That impact echoing throughout the entire arena there. Brenda Bison looking to drag her away from the ropes. Going for the cover, preventing a rope break. 1, 2. And Jamie Hayter with a kick out. Bison just grabbing Jamie Hayter by the hair, tossing her across the ring there. And Hayter getting back to her feet. An Irish whip onto Brenda Bison, right into the referee. And with a clothesline, both Brenda Bison and the referee are down. I repeat, both Brenda Bison and the referee are down. There is no longer an official in this match. These two going all out. There goes Brenda Bison. Another tap out arm lock. Jamie Hayter going for a kick. A reversal by Brenda Bison, who now has Jamie Hayter in a submission hold. Jamie Hayter kicking her way out. These women are going counter for counter, completely evenly matched in this singles women's bout. The referee finally stirring, getting to his feet. And Jamie Hayter with a devastating suplex on the Brenda Bison. Two right crosses and a left European uppercut by Brenda Bison. You can see the bruises all over her face. And here she goes, applying a figure 4 leg lock on the Jamie Hayter. Will she tap out? Will Jamie Hayter tap out? No, she manages to slip her way out. And here goes Brenda Bison with another submission hold. Jamie Hayter has nowhere to go. She slips the arm out. But Brenda Bison being persistent. driving the knee into the arm of Jamie Hayter, the very same arm she damaged with that submission hold. Hayter with a clothesline on the Bison, a desperate move, but it might have been enough. Here comes the cover. No, Brenda Bison kicks out. And there's a German suplex by Jamie Hayter. Goes for a clothesline. Bison sees it coming this time. Reverses it to her own German suplex. The Bison completely fired up. Jamie Hayter with a reversal. Reverse DDT by Jamie Hayter. And a huge German suplex by Jamie Hayter, taking Brenda Bison out. Both women now rolling outside the ring, fighting in front of the announcer's desk. Hayter bringing the match back inside the ring. And here's Brenda Bison with a kick to the sternum. There she goes, sweeping the legs. A powerful takedown by Bison, making her way to the top rope. High flying move by the Russian Assassin. Double axe handle onto Jamie Hayter. Brenda Bison looking to capitalize by Jamie Hayter with the reversal. And here comes Hayter with an Irish whip. Bison off the ropes. Clothesline by Hayter. Nearly taking Brenda Bison's head off. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, and another kick out by Brenda Bison. So far, Brenda Bison able to take everything Jamie Hayter has thrown at her. Both women completely beat up. And here it comes. A barrel roll. No, Jamie Hayter reverses. She intercepts the DDT. Now placing Brenda Bison in an arm lock. Few shots to the ribs, gets her out of the move. And here goes Brenda Bison with the submission. Will Jamie Hayter tap out? She does. Brenda Bison wins by submission. What's this? What's this? Amazing sportsmanship by Brenda Bison and Jamie Hayter. These two women just wrestled a hard-fought match. After tapping out, Brenda Bison showing respect for her opponent, holding out her hand, and Jamie Hayter reciprocating. Amazing sportsmanship by these two women who just wrestled an incredible match. Coming up next on GTW Holiday Mayhem, we got the tag team titles on the line as the Dudley Boys are about to defend against Justin Hicks and Billy Cactus of the Outlaw Gang here on GTW Holiday Mayhem. And here they are, folks. The GTW Tag Team Champions, Bubba Ray and Devon, the boys from Dudleyville, ready to defend their tag team titles. And what a tag team reign they've had thus far. Losing the tag team titles back at Summer Bash, only to win them a month later at Rising Sun, live in Japan, in a ladder match. Ever since then, the Dudley Boys have successfully defended the tag team titles in every single title match for the last few months. They have defeated the Hardy Boys, they have defeated the Family, and tonight, the Outlaws, who've been trying for the longest time to become #1 contenders, will be their next opponents. Will the Dudleys be able to take on the Outlaw Gang here tonight, here at Madison Square Garden. And here they are, at last getting their shot at the tag team titles. Billy Cactus and Justin Hicks, the two members of the Outlaws, ready to go toe-to-toe, 2-on-2 with the Dudley Boys. And you can hear the boos throughout the arena. Obviously the Dudley Boys, the favorite tag team in this match. The Outlaws, known for playing dirty, there's no doubt these two will stop at nothing and break any rule to attempt to win the titles here tonight. However, it is the Dudley Boys that they will have to defeat to win the gold. The Dudley Boys, without a doubt known as one of the greatest tag teams of all time. If the Outlaws can win the tag team titles from them tonight, they'll cement themselves as one of the great legends in the world of tag team wrestling.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 456 pounds, Justin Hicks and Billy Cactus, the Outlaws. And their opponents at a combined weight of 603 pounds, the Tag Team Champions, Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys.
And there they are, the reigning GTW Tag Team Champions, Bubba Ray and Devon. The referee showing the audience here at Madison Square Garden what is on the line. The tag team belts. We're also going to start off with Justin Hicks and Devon Dudley in this tag team match. The title is on the line as Devon goes for a clothesline. And Billy Cactus with a cheap shot onto Devon. However, not enough for Justin Hicks to capitalize. And Devon with a huge leg drop onto Justin Hicks. Goes to throw him into the corner. Devon tagging his brother, Bubba Ray. The Dudley Boys throwing Justin Hicks off the ropes. And a double hip toss. No, a double face plant by the Dudley Boys. And immediately, Bubba Ray going to work, using that powerhouse style, throwing Justin Hicks into the corner. And attack to Devon. Amazing teamwork by the Dudleys here. And here they come. What's up by the Dudleys? And now Devon size him up on the second rope here. Goes for a tackle. Justin Hicks this time sees it coming though. And now Justin Hicks with an Irish whip right into the referee. And a double axe handle by Justin Hicks, now making the tag to Billy Cactus. Comes Devon with a huge right hand, raking the back of Billy Cactus here. Billy Cactus reversing what could have been a German suplex with an elbow. And a huge cheap shot by Billy Cactus, grabbing the throat of Devon Dudley, followed by a shot to the sternum. He throws Devon off the ropes. And there's an arm drag by Billy Cactus. You see Bubba Ray in the corner, desperate to get that tag, trying to get in that ring. Devon throwing Billy Cactus into the corner. And Cactus with the receive, using the elbow to reverse. And talk about the disrespect as Billy Cactus just slaps Devon in the back of the head there. And I see we have J Props in our live chat. What's up, J Props? How you doing? Thank you for the love. Here comes the Dudley Boys. Irish whip. Double hip toss onto Billy Cactus. Once again, the tag team titles on the line. And a huge spinning strike by Billy Cactus onto Bubba Ray Dudley. Now throwing Bubba Ray into the corner. Bubba Ray throwing the elbow. And a huge takedown by Big Bubba. Now a tag to Devon Dudley. The teamwork between the Dudley Boys is completely impeccable in this match. And what are the Dudley Boys doing here? They both come off the ropes. Double flying headbutt by the Dudley Boys. And this, folks, is why the Dudleys are the tag team champions. Their teamwork is absolutely outstanding in this match. Here comes the tag, the Bubba Ray. More double team action. The Dudley Boys with a 3D. 3D on the Billy Cactus. One, but no. Justin Hicks breaks up the count. And thank goodness, because there was no way Billy Cactus was going to kick out of that 3D. And look at Bubba Ray. That strength. Picking up all that deadly Billy Cactus. Delivering a devastating powerbomb on to Cactus. Here it comes right across the ring. Clothesline into the corner. Nearly knocking Billy Cactus out. Billy Cactus reversing the Irish whip. And here it comes. On the second rope. And there's Devon with a shot from behind, allowing Bubba Ray to gain the advantage. And once again, the Dudley Boys showing just how well they work as a unit there. Devon coming to make the save to Bubba Ray, and another hit from behind. That was an impressive reversal by Billy Cactus, but thanks to Devon, that he was not able to capitalize, but quite the reversal there. And now Devon tagged into the ring. Now the legal man. Billy Cactus with a sidewalk slam, trying to get his bearings back. He just bought himself enough time to make his way to Justin Hicks, tagging him in. And a clothesline by Justin Hicks. And here comes the pin. Using the ropes as leverage. And the referee caught him. Justin Hicks trying to cheat his way to win the tag team gold. Luckily, the referee saw the dirty tactic. There's a snake eyes by Justin Hicks. Now making a tag to his partner, Billy Cactus. And Devon with an Irish whip. A shoulder tackle. Shoulder tackle lariat by Devon Dudley. He comes off the ropes. And a devastating neck breaker. Devon making his way to the top rope. You see Devon has been busted open from the side of the head there, but he's still going. Making the tag, the Bubba Ray Dudley. And Bubba Ray now fired up. The fans here at Madison Square Garden completely fired up. Bubba Ray applying a camel clutch on the Billy Cactus. And Cactus reverses. They grapple up. Here comes Cactus with an Irish whip. And there's Bubba Ray slamming Cactus right into the ring canvas. Bubba Ray now on that second rope. Sizing him up. Waiting for Cactus to get on his feet. And another tackle by Bubba Ray. Cactus with a desperate tag on to Justin Hicks. And here comes his Irish whip. Bubba Ray with the reversal. Big boot by Bubba Ray Dudley. Goes for the knee stomper. Justin Hicks reverses. Clothesline. And there he is, just slamming the knee of Bubba Ray into the ring canvas.
They grapple up. And here goes an Irish whip by by Justin Hicks, tagging in Billy Cactus. And the Outlaws going for a double Irish whip. And a double arm drag by the Outlaws. Here comes Billy Cactus. No, he was attempting a Samoan drop. Bubba Ray using his size and power to reverse the maneuver. Now Bubba Ray on the second rope with a front splash on the Billy Cactus. And a devastating combo by Bubba Ray looking to put this away. And Justin Hicks breaks up the count. Now Bubba Ray sizing up Billy Cactus. The Dudley Cutter. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out by Billy Cactus. I don't believe it. I really thought Bubba Ray had the win right there. And there's more double teaming by the Dudleys. Billy Cactus reversing now, fighting his way out. Before he can make the tag to Justin Hicks, Bubba Ray delivers a devastating elbow to the side temple. Billy Cactus. And Billy Cactus out of nowhere. Showcasing unbelievable strength as he bench presses Bubba Ray. But not enough to go for the 3 as Bubba Ray Dudley kicks out. We nearly had new tag team champions right there. And there's a neckbreaker by Bubba Ray Dudley as he now making his way to the top turnbuckle. High flying move by Bubba Ray. And a power slam reversal by Billy Cactus. Here comes the Irish whip. Bubba Ray countering. And there's an elbow by Billy Cactus. Bubba Ray now going for that Irish whip. And another Dudley cutter. Will this be enough? 1, 2. Again, somehow, some way, I don't know how, but Billy Cactus manages to dig in deep and kick out. But right now tagging in Devon Dudley, who comes in with a flying headbutt on the Billy Cactus. You can see the bruises all over his body as he's been completely destroyed by the Dudley boys here.
That's a good tag.
Devon making a tag to Bubba Ray. These two go for a double Irish whip. And a double hip toss by the Dudleys. And I don't know how much more Billy Cactus can take. I don't know if they get him with one more finisher, if he'll be able to kick out this time. Billy Cactus fighting back with everything he has. He runs across the ring with a clothesline across the throat of Bubba Ray. Knocking him right into the corner. And Cactus getting a much needed, very desperate tag to Billy Cactus. And here they come, the Outlaws, with a double powerbomb on to Bubba Ray Dudley. The entire arena shaking. 1, 2, but Devon breaks up the count. The Dudley boys still the tag team champions at the moment, thanks to the save from Devon Dudley. The double axe handle, Justin Hicks reverses. A takedown by Justin Hicks. Goes for the Irish whip. And an open hand chop. That sound echoing throughout the entire arena here at Madison Square Garden. And a reverse suplex by Bubba Ray Dudley. He makes a tag to Devon. And there's a spine buster by Devon Dudley. Kick to the sternum. He's about to attempt a DDT. Justin Hicks is fighting back though. Clothesline by Justin Hicks. And there's Diva with a cold hard slap, followed by a neckbreaker onto Justin Hicks there. He makes the tag to Bubba Ray Dudley. With Bubba Ray now the legal man, who knows what one half of the tag team champions has in store for the challenger here. He throws Justin Hicks into the corner. He makes an attempt to tag. Justin Hicks reverses. And here comes the pin. 1, 2, but Billy Cactus breaks it up. There's a leg sweep takedown by Justin Hicks, making the tag to Billy Cactus. Tag team titles on the line in this one-of-a-kind tag team match. Here comes the tag. Bubba Ray bringing in Devon into this tag team match. Billy Cactus trapped in the corner as Devon runs in with a flying elbow. Cactus immediately getting the leg up, stopping Devon in his tracks. And here comes the scoop by slam. No, reversal by Devon Dudley. Sidewalk suplex. Here's a strike out by Devon. He throws Cactus against the ropes. He goes under. And a spinning lariat by Devon Dudley. Cactus getting his head slammed into that top turnbuckle. Devon having him trapped. He's bringing Cactus to the top rope. And from the top rope, Devon with a devastating neckbreaker. 1. And there's Justin Hicks with the save. And here comes Devon looking to finish it off. No, Cactus with the reversal. He sweeps him off his feet. And here comes a leg lock. A leg lock by Justin Hicks. Devon fighting his way out. Goes the reverse. Devon off the ropes. And here comes Devon coming back strong against the bruised and battered Billy Cactus. And here goes the tag. And here it comes. 3D. 3D by the Dudley Boys. Could this be it for the tag team titles? 1, 2, 3, and the Dudley Boys retain the gold.
Here are your winners, and still tag team champions, Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys.
And the Dudley Boys retain the tag team titles here tonight after delivering a devastating 3D. And this, folks, is why the Dudley Boys are solidified as the greatest tag team of all time. Anyway, because coming up next, we got another singles bout. The Intercontinental Championship will be on the line as Benjamin Bourne will be challenging the Intercontinental Champion Grayson Holiday right here on Holiday Mayhem live on pay-per-view.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Intercontinental Championship.
And here he is, folks. Bad boy Benjamin Bourne, the natural badass from Green Bay. This man's been on the hunt for the IC title for months and months and months now. Chosen losing the championship to Holiday Gray just a month ago. Is now being challenged by Bad Boy Benjamin Bourne, who at one point was a rival of Chosen, who over time has become one of his best friends. However, I would argue that this is not about getting the receipt on Chosen's behalf, but rather this time it really is for the title. And here comes the Intercontinental Champion, Grayson Holiday, who has quickly climbed the ranks here in GTW. Not too long ago was an undercard. Now the Intercontinental Champion, headlining the mid-card roster in Grand Tour Wrestling. He'll be defending the title against one of the best in the mid-card roster, Bad Boy Benjamin Bourne. I gotta say, Grayson Holiday had a very impressive win over Chosen a month ago on Wednesday Night Raw when he won the IC title from the Flying Man of Japan. This is also Grayson Holiday's very first match at a pay-per-view event. Will he be able to defend the Intercontinental Championship here in his first pay-per-view appearance, or will it be Christmas for Benjamin Bourne?
Introducing the challenger from Green Bay, Wisconsin, weighing in at 231 pounds, Bad Boy Benjamin Bourne. And his opponent from Hickory, North Carolina, weighing in at 230 pounds, the Intercontinental Champion, the Savior, Gray Andrew Holly.
And there he is, folks, the Intercontinental Champion, Holiday Gray. The IC title on the line. The top belt in the mid-card division. And here comes the bell. Open hand chop by Benjamin Bourne, starting off strong. You can see how badly he wants the title here. Holiday Gray defeating Benjamin Bourne's friend, Chosen for the Intercontinental Championship. And Benjamin looking to win it for himself here tonight. And there's a headlock takedown by Benjamin Bourne, holding the lock tight onto Holiday Gray. And there's Holiday reversing with a submission move of his own onto Benjamin Bourne. And look at that, just stretching the entire body of Benjamin Bourne with that maneuver, and Bourne able to reverse immediately. You can see just how skilled Grayson Holiday is, but Benjamin Bourne has the experience. And Grayson Holiday outside the ring. And Benjamin Bourne about to do something very stupid and reckless here as he's on that top rope with a missile dropkick outside the ring. These two now fighting ringside here. Bourne going for all the stops. As you see, doing that flying missile dropkick 10 feet from the air. And immediately going for the pin here. He can smell the title gold. And Grayson Holiday kicks out. Benjamin Bourne getting Grayson Holiday to his feet. He comes off the ropes. And another drop kick to the back of the Intercontinental Champion. But Grayson Holiday now reversing with a kick to the back of the leg. And here comes Grayson Holiday with the reverse cutter onto Benjamin Bourne. He attempts a high-flying move. Bourne managing to get out of the way. Nobody home. And now we got Holiday on the ring apron here as he falls outside the ring thanks to another drop kick by Benjamin Bourne. And those drop kicks seems to be Benjamin Bourne's Achilles heel in this Intercontinental Championship match. And Bourne now following Holiday outside the ring. Holiday immediately on the offensive. Bourne with the reversal, throwing Holiday into the barricade. And you see Holiday systematically trying to tear apart his challenger here in this title match. Grayson Holiday made his way to the top rope, taking a peek at Benjamin Bourne's book as he goes for a flying jawbreaker off the top rope. Bourne being disoriented, attempting a clothesline. Holiday dodging out of the way. And there's some elbow shots by Holiday into the ribs of Benjamin Bourne. And you can see how confident this newcomer, who's recently become Intercontinental Champion, Holiday is as he flies outside the ring, clotheslining Benjamin Bourne. An amazing display of athleticism by Grayson Holiday. Here comes the kick to the midsection. And look, that looked like a variation of a twist of fate. Holiday now throwing Bourne into the ring. As he makes his way to the top rope, high flying maneuver, and a flying moonsault, but nobody home. Ben saw it coming. Benjamin Bourne saw it coming at the last minute and managed to get out of the way. Now going for the cover. Holiday kicking out before even a one count. Benjamin Bourne is going to have to do a lot more damage than that if he's going to win the IC title here tonight. Here comes the pin to the challenger. 1, 2, and Benjamin Bourne kicks out. Grayson Holiday now sizing him up. And another neck breaker by Grayson Holiday. 1, 2, 3, and a successful title defense by Grayson Holiday, quickly dispatching Benjamin Bourne.
Here is your winner, and still the Intercontinental Champion, the Savior, Andrew Holly.
An amazing win by Grayson Holiday, who has successfully defended the Intercontinental Championship against Benjamin Bourne. Both Bourne and Chosen have been defeated, and now Grayson Holiday can truly call himself Intercontinental Champion. And look at him celebrating in the middle of the ring like that. The crowd here at Madison Square Garden going absolutely crazy. That was an amazing title defense by Grayson Holiday. But coming up, we got the title matches of all title matches, as we have Dio Sebastian about to go one-on-one with the timeless Tony Storm. Coming up next, here on GTW Holiday Mayhem.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Grand Prix Championship.
And reading the comment section, I can definitely see that J-Props definitely enjoyed that one. That definitely was an amazing finish to the Intercontinental Championship match. Now rolling into the Grand Tour title here. Dio Sebastian had lost the Grand Tour title a couple of weeks ago to the timeless Tony Storm after we have found out that Damian Maximus had poisoned his water bottle before his title defense. Thanks to Amanda Price pleading Dio's case to Charles Elliott, Dio will now be getting a rematch, coming at Tony Storm, full throttle this time. There'll be no excuses, there'll be no heinous acts. Whoever wins tonight will be undisputably the Grand Tour champion. And as you can see, we have Dio with Amanda Price in his corner here tonight. And reading from the live chat section, that's right, J-Props, those were dirty tactics. Not Tony Storm's fault, but dirty tactics nonetheless. Tony Storm agreeing to this rematch, feeling that her title reign was completely tainted. And here comes Tony Storm, making her way out now. And I gotta say, that belt definitely looks good on her. But will she be able to hold on to it tonight against the Demon Dio Sebastian in this intergender match? Tony Storm, known as one of the great wrestlers in the women's division in AEW. She had made a big name for herself back in the WWE in the NXT roster, and now has reached the top of the mountain here in GTW. The GTW Grand Tour Championship is not a belt that is subjected to any gender, any weight class, or any division. It is a symbolization of the best in the ring, period. Doesn't matter where you're from, what your size, what your sex is. If you are the best, you can win the Grand Tour title. And that's what tonight's match is all about. These two are representing the best of what Grand Tour Wrestling has to offer, and we're going to find out who it is that will be known, who will be able to call themselves Undisputed Champion.
Introducing the challenger from New York, weighing in at 246 pounds, the Demon Dio Sebastian. From Gold Coast, Australia, the Grand Prix champion, Tony Storm.
Tony Storm looking at the Grand Tour title for what may possibly be the final time. Dio taking a look at what's going to motivate him in this match. Madison Square Garden now seeing what's on the line here. Here we go. Demon Sebastian, Tony Storm. And Tony Storm immediately with a right hook onto Dio Sebastian here. Going for that grappling from behind. Rolling into a pin, immediately trying to go for that win. And Dio kicks out reversing on Toni Storm. And what power by Toni Storm to be able to lift Dio like that, reversing into another pin of her own, another kick out by the challenger. There you go, grappling up. Toni Storm has Dio against the ropes, showing that her win was not just some off-putting, dirty tactic by the old gods, that she is very much capable of being the best wrestler in all of GTW. That's what this match is about. She needs to prove it, not just to Dio, not just to the crowd, but to herself here tonight. And Dio with an arm lock onto Toni Storm. You see Toni Storm struggling to fight her way out of it, and she reverses onto Dio Sebastian. Applying an arm lock of her own onto the challenger. And here's another reversal by Dio. And here's Dio just stopping on the elbow of Toni Storm. And there's Dio bench pressing the Grand Tour champion. Dio has that size and power to his advantage in this one-on-one match. Here he comes with an elbow drop onto Toni Storm. And here he is, wrenching the leg of his opponent. Again, Dio has that size and power to his advantage, and he's looking to use it to try and gain the upper hand. If he can prevent Toni Storm from using her legs, he can stop her from using that agility, from using those high-flying tactics, using that nimbleness. And there's Toni Storm yelling at Dio, saying, "Get up." She's yelling, "Get up and fight me." Dio now giving her what she wants as he fights back. He throws Toni Storm right outside the ring. And now the match has gone ringside. Dio now slamming Toni's spine into that steel ring apron. That's a steel frame on the edge of that ring there. And a forward power slam by Dio Sebastian onto the Grand Tour champion on the outside mat. Toni now throwing Dio back into the ring before more damage can be done here. There you go, grappling up. Toni Storm attempting to bring Dio against the ropes. Dio fighting back. And here's Toni Storm with a receipt of roll, throwing those elbows into the ribs to the challenger. Toni Storm attempting a body slam. Dio's just too strong for it, just too heavy. And here comes the Demon, going for a choke slam onto the Grand Tour champion. 1, 2, but Toni Storm kicks out. Toni Storm now kicking Dio off of her. Using those powerful legs that she's known for. That's why Dio was trying to attack them earlier. He knew that that was Toni Storm's advantage. And another armbar by Toni Storm. And there she goes, just twisting the arm right out of the socket of the challenger, Dio Sebastian. Dio back in the ring. Toni Storm on the top rope. Missile drop kick by the Grand Tour champion as she once again goes for the pin. 1. And this time Dio kicks out. Dio kicking out early there. You can kind of see a bit of desperation on Toni Storm's face. Realizing just how quickly Dio was able to kick out. And here it comes. There was a sharpshooter by Toni Storm, the very same move she used to make Dio Sebastian tap out the last time they faced each other. This time, Dio able to break his way out, and here comes the pin. 1, and a kick out by the Grand Tour champion, Toni Dio with a submission hold of his own. Going for that poetic victory, making her tap out just like she made him tap out the last time they faced each other in the ring. Toni Storm now on the top rope, going for a high-flying move. Cross body splash by Toni Storm, and here comes the pin for the title. And a kick out by Dio Sebastian. You can hear Amanda Price in the corner cheering Dio on, as he's taking a huge beating by Toni Storm here. And here comes the pin. 1, 2, another kick out by the challenger, Dio Sebastian. Up. Toni Storm with a knee to ribs. A super kick taking down Dio. And here she goes. Once again going for another sharpshooter. Another sharpshooter. Will Dio tap out? Will he lose just like he did 2 weeks ago? But no. He manages to fight his way out. And there's a corkscrew by Dio, reversing Toni Storm. Huge right hand, and Dio with a massive German suplex. Followed by a powerful clothesline, nearly taking the champion's head off for the title. And Toni Storm gets the shoulder up. What a very close match this is right here. Dio looking to finish things off. And I smell a choke slam. Choke slam by Dio Sebastian. 1, 2, 3, and Dio wins the Grand Tour title.
Here is your winner, and the new Grand Prix champion, the Demon,
and here goes Dio Sebastian, the new Grand Tour champion. And it just goes to show you that when Dio is 100% in his prime, he is 100% undisputed. Don't go away, folks, because coming up next, we have the Intergender Tag Team titles on the line. Dio just won the Grand Tour title, but will his sister the Witch have the same luck coming up next as she teams up with the Chosen One, Steven Dynamite, in a tag team match against Rebecca Troy and Damian Maximus of the Olympians. Intergender Tag Team title match coming up next. Victoria Wong here. I am now with one half of the challengers of the Intergender Tag Team titles, Steven Dynamite. Dynamite, what are your feelings teaming up with the Witch going into this title match? First of all, Victoria, New York City, Merry Chosen Christmas. Now, to answer your question, the titles on the line is just a bonus. It is no secret, there's no love lost between me and Rebecca Troy, but Damian Maximus, he is who I really want tonight. Let me tell you what is on my Christmas list. First thing, the Intergender Tag Team titles. And the second thing on my list, Damian's head on a spike. Oh, and yeah, an after Christmas party celebrating my win here in my city of Manhattan. And what of the new relationship between Amanda Price and Dio Sebastian? What about it? They're consenting adults. It's none of my business. Well, rumors are that you had feels. Now let me stop you right there. My only concern tonight is winning the tag team gold and teaching that backstabbing punk Damian Elliott or Damian Maximus or Damian whatever he calls himself a lesson. I have no comments on Dio and Amanda's love life. However, I got one big message for Damian Maximus tonight. you have been chosen. And it's time for the Intergender Tag Team titles to be on the line. The Witch teaming up with the Chosen One Steven Dynamite to take on the Olympians, Rebecca Troy and Damian Maximus, as they'll be representing the Old God faction right here at GTW Holiday Mayhem. And here she is, folks, the girl from Salem, the magical dark mistress of pro wrestling, the former U.S. Women's Champion, and the sister of Dio Sebastian, one half of the Fallen, now competing with the Chosen One Steven Dynamite. The Witch making her way to the ring here on Christmas night on Holiday Mayhem, live at Madison Square Garden. The Witch basing her wrestling gimmick off of her favorite superhero, the White Witch, a character created by Infinite Fantasy. And you can see the White Witch displayed on the corner of the ring, art created by Joyce Boskin, who has entered the Infinite Fantasy Holiday Art Contest. The White Witch will be soon coming out with audio episodes on Twitch and YouTube here on the Infinite Fantasy If YouTube channel. And here comes one of the best to do it in the ring, the Chosen One, Steven Dynamite. This is not just about winning the Intergender Tag Team titles here tonight, but this is very personal. And you can hear the applause here at Madison Square Garden. Steven Dynamite, here in his home of New York, being welcomed by his fellow New Yorkers. For him, this is 100% home. There is no place he feels more at ease than right here, and he could not have picked a better tag team partner for this title match. And look at them. 3 out of 4 with the gold. Damian Maximus and Rebecca Troy, the Olympians, being accompanied to the ring by Amber Charlotte and Archangel. Amber Charlotte, who last week on the Amber Charlotte, who at the Hammerstein Ballroom last night on Dystopia had won the women's U.S. title from The Witch. The Witch holding her weekly open challenge, ended up facing Amber Charlotte at the main event, but ended up losing the belt thanks to the interference of the Old Gods. And you see everyone but Hercules is here out in the ring to ensure that the Intergender Tag Team titles stays within their faction.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall and is for the Mixed Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, The Witch and the Chosen One, Stephen Dynamite. And their opponents, the Mixed Tag Team Champions, the Olympian, Rebecca Troy, and Damian Maximus, the Old Gods.
And there they are, the Intergender Tag Team Champions, Damian Maximus and Rebecca Troy. The referee showing everyone what's on the line, the Intergender Tag Team titles. Damian Maximus, who had recently betrayed Stephen Dynamite, his own father, Charles Elliott, to join the Old Gods, the very same people who have tormented him. It looks like we're starting this match off with the two women, The Witch versus Rebecca Troy, these two longtime rivals. Rebecca Troy starting off strong as she gets to her feet, knocking down The Witch. And you can imagine The Witch's confidence might be a little shattered after losing the Women's U.S. title to Amber Charlotte last night, immediately tagging in Stephen Dynamite. And there's Rebecca Troy with a huge neckbreaker onto Stephen Dynamite. The last time these four met up in any form of tag team match was last month at Survivor Games in a 4 versus 4 match. Stephen Dynamite, The Witch, Amanda Price, and Dio Sebastian versus the Old Gods, where they were completely destroyed by that faction. This time, Stephen Dynamite and The Witch hoping to get some redemption as they go to look to win the Intergender Tag Team titles here tonight. There's a neckbreaker by Rebecca Troy onto Stephen Dynamite. Troy now tag in Damian Maximus. Maximus now getting the ring with a weakened Stephen Dynamite. And no, Dynamite immediately back to his feet. And for Stephen Dynamite right now, it's Christmas. 1. And there's Dynamite failing to get the 3 count, but staying perseverant as he goes for a moonsault onto Maximus. Another pin by Stephen Dynamite. Dynamite coming in hard with a clothesline onto Stephen Dynamite here. The two grappling up once more. And here goes Dynamite coming off the ropes. Wheelbarrow arm drag. So Stephen Dynamite old school now applying a submission along Damian Maximus. Damian reversing. And the reverse Boston Crab onto Stephen Dynamite. Dynamite with a reversal of his own. They grapple up. Maximus throwing Stephen Dynamite off the ropes. And a huge elbow by Stephen Dynamite. Wheelbarrow DDT. We all know how badly Stephen Dynamite wants a piece of Damian here in this match. And there's Archangel distracting Stephen Dynamite just long enough. Just long enough for Stephen Dynamite to be on the receiving end of Rebecca Troy. And there's Rebecca Troy with a tackle taking down Dynamite. As Dynamite said earlier in that interview with Victoria Wong, there's no love lost between these two. For a couple of years now, it's been one long war between Stephen Dynamite and the Old Gods. And once again, the Old Gods distracting Stephen Dynamite. Once again, causing him the advantage against Rebecca Troy. And there's a spear by Rebecca Troy onto Stephen Dynamite. Once again, getting the upper hand thanks to the Old Gods distracting him. And there's the Witch breaking up the count. And there's Rebecca Troy. Going for that submission. Dynamite with an immediate reversal. And a leg scissors pin by Stephen Dynamite. Rebecca Troy with a reversal. 1, 2, and a reversal by Stephen Dynamite. 1, another reversal by Troy. 1, another reversal by Dynamite. 1. Amazing wrestling tactics by both competitors. Dynamite now getting the tag in. The Witch now in the ring with Rebecca Troy. And thus far, the Old Gods dominating in this tag team match. Thanks to Amber Charlotte and Archangel being in their corner. And the Witch with a reversal on Rebecca Troy, followed by a moonsault. And the Witch going in for a second moonsault, this time nobody home. Rebecca Troy gets the tag onto Damian Maximus. And there's Amber Charlotte taking off the turnbuckle padding there. The referee didn't see it. And you see the referee being distracted. The Witch going all out on Damian Maximus, trying to make sure that they don't pull anything off with the referee's back turned. And a clothesline by the Witch, taking down Damian. And a shooting star press by the Witch, just goes for the pin. Rebecca Troy breaking up the count. Intergender tag team titles on the line, live here on pay-per-view, here at this sold-out arena at Madison Square Garden in the heart of New York City on Christmas night. The Witch tagging in Stephen Dynamite. The two going for a double team maneuver as Dynamite with a hard shot to the ribs to Damian Maximus. And that's a body slam by Stephen Dynamite. He made way to the corner. It looked like Stephen Dynamite was about to set up for Sweet Chin Music, only for Rebecca Troy to hit him from behind, intercepting his signature move. And now he tags in the Witch. Damian Maximus rolling out of the ring, trying to gain some distance from the former Women's U.S. Champion. The Witch attempting a body slam, a reversal by Damian Maximus. And there's the Olympian slam by Damian Maximus, tagging in Rebecca Troy. And the Witch out of nowhere with the Witch's curse, her finisher move on Rebecca Troy. 1, 2, and Rebecca Troy barely kicking out. The Witch exploding out of nowhere with her finisher move. High flying move by the Witch. Rebecca Troy rolling out of the ring, trying to get some distance. And there's Amber Charlotte distracting the Witch outside. The Witch reversing Rebecca Troy though. The distraction has backfired. The Witch saw it coming. And a huge backhand by Rebecca Troy. He now goes for the pin. 1. And Stephen Dynamite breaks up the count, preventing a 3. There goes another pin. Rebecca Troy attempting to use the ropes as leverage. The Witch kicking out. Stephen Dynamite looking for that tag. And they're in. Both Damian Maximus and Steven Dynamite in the ring. Maximus with a clothesline onto Dynamite. Dynamite with a takedown. 1, 2, but Maximus kicks out. There's a getter roll by Steven Dynamite, reversing on Damian Maximus. And once again, Amber Charlotte talking trash to Steven Dynamite. Dynamite allowing himself to get distracted once more. Every time Dynamite gets the advantage in this match, the Old Gods cause a distraction, and at this point it's Dynamite's own fault for falling for the same trick. And there's a knee drop by Rebecca Troy. Now going to the corner, sizing up Steven Dynamite. Clothesline by the Olympian Rebecca Troy. 1, 2, but the witch breaks up the count. One more second and the Old Gods would have successfully defended their intergender tag team titles. And there's an executioner by Steven Dynamite. And it comes off the top rope, moonsault, but nobody home. Rebecca Troy with a Boston Crab onto Steven Dynamite. Dynamite able to reverse it though. His size and power able to overwhelm Rebecca Troy. Goes for right strike. Rebecca Troy reverses. Clothesline taking him down. Now she tags in Damian Maximus. He weaves out of the way of Steven Dynamite's grapple. And he's on top. Just throwing one strike after another after the challenger. He goes for the Irish Whip. Dynamite in the corner. Maximus tags in Rebecca Troy. And the Olympians go for a double team move. And a DDT by Rebecca Troy. And Steven Dynamite just clothesline Rebecca Troy out of the ring. He tags in the witch. And the witch attempting to fly out of the ring. Rebecca Troy jumping out of the way. It's ring roulette over here. The witch going for the Irish Whip. And a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker onto Rebecca Troy. She goes that Irish Whip now to the corner. The witch tagging in Steven Dynamite. Some double team move by Dynamite and the witch. Double shoulder takedown by this power team of Steven Dynamite and the witch. Dynamite going for his finisher move. Psycho Cutter. Will that be enough for the title gold? 1, 2, but no, Maximus breaks up the count at the very last moment, saving the tag team titles. Now Steven Dynamite tagging in the witch. More double team. More teamwork for these two. Dynamite launching the witch off the top rope, sending Rebecca Troy down to the ring mat. The witch attempted a shooting star press. Rebecca Troy getting her knees up to counter the move. Drop kick by Rebecca Troy. There's an open hand chop by Rebecca Troy. And a sweep to the legs of the witch. And here she goes, tagging in Damian Maximus. Damian throwing the witch against the ropes. Huge power slam by the Olympian Damian Maximus. He has the witch against the ring apron. Ropes his leverage. DDT by Damian Maximus, and the Witch is out cold. Maximus now taunting her, and I smell an RKO coming. RKO onto the Witch. Will this be enough? And Dynamite immediately breaking up the pin before the referee could even count. Stephen Dynamite was right on that. However, the damage has been done. Damian Maximus now applying a Boston Crab on the Witch. He's using the ropes as leverage. The Witch barely squirming her way out. She kicks Damian Maximus off of her. And here comes the Witch with a gut buster. That gut buster has just saved her enough time to make the tag. Stephen Dynamite in the ring, now having Damian Maximus to himself, just the way he wants it. He has Damian Maximus onto the top rope. What does Stephen Dynamite have planned for him here? What is the challenger doing? Oh no, Dynamite, don't tell me you're about to. He just did a psycho cutter right off the top rope. 1, 2, and somehow Maximus kicks out. That should have been it right there. I thought the titles were about to change hands after he used the psycho cutter off the top rope. And there's a jawbreaker by Stephen Dynamite. He's now taunting Maximus, waiting for him to get to his feet. Spring off the top rope. Hurricanrana. He now has him against the corner. Damian with an elbow to the face. Dynamite with a receipt. And Damian Maximus reversing the high-risk move by Stephen Dynamite. Dynamite looked like he was going to go for a second Hurricanrana there, but Damian Maximus reverses, now tagging in his partner Rebecca Troy. And there's Troy with a shot to the ribs. Dynamite attempting a clothesline, a reversal by Rebecca Troy. Rebecca Troy throwing Dynamite against the ropes, and another spear by Rebecca Troy. She's going for the pin. And the Witch manages to save the match. Rebecca Troy for a moment turning her attention to the Witch. The Witch now getting involved. And a Hurricanrana. The Witch not only saves the match by breaking up the count, but gets involved, stopping Rebecca Troy with a Hurricanrana. And there's a DDT by Stephen Dynamite. Dynamite with a high-risk maneuver, flying off the ropes, but nobody home. Rebecca Troy throwing Dynamite against the ropes, an elbow to the face. And now she tags in Damian Maximus. Stephen Dynamite knocked out, completely gift-wrapped for Maximus to take out. We see Damian Maximus completely taking apart Stephen Dynamite. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, and Dynamite gets the shoulder up, but barely. You can see he doesn't have much in the tank. And now Damian looking to finish things off. He went for an RKO, but Stephen Dynamite reverses. He reverses the RKO. Dynamite coming to the top rope now. Frog splash. An amazing counter by Dynamite. A reversal that might have just saved this match as he now tags in the Witch. And a huge punch gut by the Witch onto Damian Maximus. There she goes, slamming his head into the turnbuckle. Huge body slam. And the Witch on the second rope. Flying moonsault. It connects, but it looks like the Witch might have hurt herself on that impact, immediately tagging in Stephen Dynamite. Maximus with attempting a clothesline. Steven Dynamite reversing with a helicopter spin. And here he is, top rope. Swanton bomb. Steven Dynamite nails the Swanton bomb. 1, 2, and somehow Damien kicks out of Steven Dynamite's signature move. Dynamite going for a second one. Second Swanton bomb. Will 2 be a charm for the tag titles? 1, 2, again. I don't think Dynamite can believe it. I really don't think you could see on his face the disbelief there. 2 Swanton bombs, and now Damien, with a reversal, now has the advantage on the Steven Dynamite. And now he's applying the armbar onto Steven Dynamite. He's down in the middle of the ring. Dynamite looking to reverse though. 2 shots to the face and he's out. A flying kick by Steven Dynamite as he now goes to the Witch, making the tag. And here goes the Witch going for a German suplex onto Damian Maximus. He's out right now. He just suffered 2 swantons and a kick to the head. The Witch has the perfect opportunity, but oh no, not again. Not again. Once again, the Witch allowing herself to be distracted. Once again, Amber Charlotte getting involved in the match. Just when the Witch had this match won. And there's a Samoan drop by Damian Maximus. The Witch with a hard elbow, followed by a clothesline. Making the tag to Steven Dynamite. You can see the fatigue from these two. And here comes Dynamite. Psycho Cutter. He just nailed the Psycho Cutter. Will this be enough? 1, 2. Again. Somehow Maximus kicks out. 2 Swanton bombs. 2 Psycho Cutters. And somehow Maximus still able to kick out. The Witch, now the legal partner in the ring. And Maximus with the impressive roll up into a pin. 1. The Witch kicks out. The Witch throwing Maximus against the ropes. And the Witch's curse. She just nailed him with the Witch's curse. 1, 2. Again. How does he do it? How is he able to kick out like that? That was just 4 or 5 finisher moves he just kicked out of. And again, once again, the Witch being distracted. The Old Gods once again getting involved, giving Damian Maximus the advantage in this tag team match. And Maximus now makes the tag to Rebecca Troy, who is now in the ring, completely fresh compared to the other 3 wrestlers. An overhand chop, followed by a jawbreaker. She goes for the pin. 1, 2, but Steven Dynamite breaks up the count and saves the match. Rebecca Troy now tagging in Damian Maximus. The Witch throwing against the ropes. Double lariat by the Olympians. And a drop kick by Damian Maximus. Both the Witch and Steven Dynamite completely laid out outside the ring. And here comes Maximus, setting the Witch up. An RKO outside the ring. Steven Dynamite laid out. The Witch knocked out from the RKO. Maximus going for the pin. It's a 1, 2. Oh no! I don't believe it! I don't think Maximus believes it. Damian completely in disbelief. Somehow the Witch dig down deep and managed to kick out. And Maximus setting her up for a second RKO. He's gonna make sure the Witch does not kick out this time. 1, 2, 3, and the Olympians retain the Intergender Tag Team titles.
Here are your winners, and still the Mixed Tag Team Champions, Damian Maximus and the Olympian, Rebecca Troy, the Old
What an amazing win by the Olympians, Damian Maximus and Rebecca Troy. There were a couple of times where Steven Dynamite and the Witch could have had that match won, but the constant interference of the All Gods made that difficult. But to Damian Maximus's credit, he did kick out of 5 finisher moves. The Witch did down deep in the end to kick out of the RKO, but there was no way she was going to be able to kick out of a second one. With Steven Dynamite knocked outside the ring, the Old Gods were able to retain victory, and the gold still belongs to the team of Maximus and Troy. But don't go away, because we're not done yet. When we return, we're going to be having our main event of the evening, as Jon Moxley will now be challenging the leader of the Old Gods, Hercules, for the World Heavyweight title in a Christmas death match. There'll be no countouts, no disqualifications. Foreign objects not only legal, but completely endorsed. And that's coming up next after a quick 2-minute break. Don't go anywhere. 2 minutes and we're going to have our main event. Back, folks, it is now time for tonight's main event. The World Heavyweight Championship on the line as Jon Moxley takes on the champion Hercules in a Christmas death match for our main event here at Madison Square Garden, the heart of New York, live on Christmas night. Who will walk out World Heavyweight Champion? Will be the challenger, Jon Moxley, or the leader of the Old Gods, the mighty Hercules? Find out here on our main event of Grand Tour Wrestling Holiday Mayhem, live on pay-per-view.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
And here comes the challenger, Jon Moxley. This man is no saint. This is a man who built his career on blood. This is a man who, frankly, just doesn't give a damn. But he might be the monster that GTW needs to dethrone Hercules here tonight. The Olympians have already retained the Intergender Tag Team titles against Steven Dynamite and The Witch. Will Jon Moxley be able to defeat Hercules? Here he is, folks, the World Heavyweight Champion, the mighty Hercules. He fancies himself a god, but you can hear the crowd as they boo him, calling him the false god. This man has built a throne on lies and deceit, and now he has to face a monster of his own, a heel versus a heel. Hercules about to be taken out of his element, as his tactics will not work in this match. There is no length that he can go that Jon Moxley has not already. With Archangel making his return tonight, it seems Jon Moxley's plan to keep him out of the equation had backfired, as he was released from the hospital early, and one must wonder, will that be a factor in tonight's match? But one might also have to ask, what kind of tactics does Jon Moxley have planned for Hercules? Jon Moxley, known for building a career on hardcore matches, for building a career on blood, for building a career on death, dominating in the WWE, dominating in AEW, and now Jon Moxley looking to dominate GTW, looking to win the World Heavyweight title from Hercules here tonight in our main event. Hercules not looking completely like his confident self this time around. He knows that he's not up against a man who is going to fight clean. And he knows that anything that he himself will usually throw at his opponents, Jon Moxley is ready to throw back tenfold. This might be one of Hercules' most difficult title defenses here tonight.
Introducing the challenger from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in at 225 pounds, Jon Moxley. And his opponent from Athens, Greece, weighing in at 341 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, the mighty, unbreakable, indestructible Hercules.
Here we go, the World Heavyweight title on the line here. And for Jon Moxley, it's not about the title. This is also a matter of personal business. Looking to get back at Hercules for being injured in that steel cage match months back. And we're starting off, Hercules starting off strong, taking down Jon Moxley in this Christmas death match. the one advantage Hercules knows he has over Jon Moxley is he has size and power, and you know that Hercules is 100% gonna use it. Now wrenching the head of Jon Moxley. There'll be no countouts, no disqualifications in his Christmas death match for the World Heavyweight title in tonight's main event. And here comes Hercules with a pin. 1. And Jon Moxley immediately kicking out. And before the end of the show, another shout out to the 5 artists who have participated in this year's Infinite Fantasies Holiday Art Contest. Joyce Foskin with her incredible art of the Infinite Fantasy creation, the White Witch. That amazing, adorable drawing by Risk Rocket 98. That incredible abstract art by My Dark Arts. And that incredible traditional drawing of Santa on top of the chimney by Henry T. Pardo. And there in the middle of the ring, we have our contest winner, Artsy Mata, with her very festive drawing. And now we have Jon Moxley outside the ring, bringing out a wooden table, throwing it on top of Hercules, and it looks like he's now trading it for the announcer's desk as he's clearing off the announcer's desk. And Hercules with a Viper's grip onto Jon Moxley, immediately knowing what he was going for there. As I said before, there's nothing Jon Moxley would not do to win this World Heavyweight title and get revenge on Hercules. And Hercules seeing that Jon Moxley immediately eyeing that announcer's desk. Now, I don't agree with Hercules for a lot of things, but this time I suppose I have a big thank you for preventing that. And Jon Moxley with a stomp on the Hercules. Another stipulation to the Christmas death match is falls count anywhere. Pinfalls and submissions count anywhere in the arena. And now Jon Moxley going for another cover. 1, 2, and Hercules again kicks out. And that's gotta say something about the World Heavyweight Champion being able to kick out the curve stomp by Jon Moxley. And Moxley now going for the legs on the ring apron, bring out a wooden guitar. And this guitar smashed over the sternum of the World Heavyweight Champion. Like I said, not only are foreign objects legal in this match, they're 100% encouraged. And there's Jon Moxley with the submission hold on Hercules. These two fighting in front of our announcer's desk. And Moxley now going to the top turnbuckle, looking for a high-risk maneuver outside the ring. And there's a forearm smash by Jon Moxley. Moxley with a reversal on Hercules. And now Hercules throwing Moxley into the barricade. And you see that size and power to Hercules' advantage as he once again slams Moxley's side into the barricade, separating him from the audience. Hercules attempting a God Spear. Moxley reverses with a knee. 1, 2, and a kick out by the World Heavyweight Champion. Now we got Moxley being relentless on the World Heavyweight Champion as he throws in those punches. He's now sizing up Hercules. Looking for a finisher. And here comes a Fisherman DDT by Jon Moxley for the World Heavyweight title. 1, 2, and a kick out by the mighty Hercules. Once again, in this Christmas death match, there will be no countouts. If no disqualifications. In fact, quite the opposite. Falls count anywhere in this match. 1, 2, another kick out by Hercules. You can see Jon Moxley starting to get a little frustrated as he's throwing everything he has at Hercules. Hercules able to kick out of everything thus far. Many months ago, Moxley was hired by Charles Elliott to take him out in that steel cage match, to make sure that Hercules was taken out of the equation, but instead the opposite happened. Hercules was the one to injure Jon Moxley. For months, Moxley has been out of the game, out of commission. For Jon Moxley, this is not just about the World Heavyweight title. This is about revenge. This is personal for Jon Moxley, and it's showing in this match as he is completely devastating Hercules. And Hercules out of nowhere with a Superman punch onto Jon Moxley, barely saving himself in this match. And now Hercules going for the vice grip onto Jon Moxley. Moxley with the reversal. And there's a spear by the World Heavyweight Champion. Going for the pin. 1, 2. A kick out by Moxley, but barely. Moxley throwing everything he has at Hercules. Hercules continuously kicking out. And with one spear, he nearly got the 3 on the challenger. There's a knee by Jon Moxley, taking down the World Heavyweight Champion. And here he is going under the ring. Bringing out another guitar. And we got a Christmas concert here tonight with the instrument in play. And I don't believe it! Hercules just slammed Jon Moxley through the barricade. Moxley just went through the barricade. What raw power by the World Heavyweight Champion to be able to do that to him. Oh, and here's Hercules bringing out the steel stairs. And it looks like these two are bringing the fight into the audience now. And the crowd going absolutely crazy as they're getting their money's worth. The fight 100% was just brought into the audience. And Moxley bringing a steel chair into the equation. These two are going deep into the audience now. And here comes Jon Moxley with a power driver onto the concrete floor. This is as hardcore as it gets. This, folks, is what a Christmas death match is all about. They are breaking the barriers in the arena, fighting inside the crowd, fighting on that concrete floor, and there's Hercules with a neck breaker. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, and Moxley with a shoulder up at the last second. You see Hercules using that concrete floor to his advantage as he stomps on Jon Moxley. Now working on the leg. There's a shot by Moxley to the ribs to Hercules. Moxley fighting back with everything he has. The challenger doing everything he can to take out the World Heavyweight Champion. It is a neckbreaker onto the concrete floor. These two men are doing everything they can to each other. We see Moxley has a cut above his eye right there. Moxley busted open. But he's not stopping. If anything, he's using the injury to fire himself up. And look at Moxley working on the arm of Hercules. This has got to be one of the most brutal matches Hercules has ever had to face an opponent against. This has got to be one of his most dangerous title defenses in his entire career. And you see Moxley is knocked out by Hercules, barely standing up, barely on his feet, barely conscious, unable to capitalize. And there's Hercules with a DDT. And again, these two are fighting on concrete. That was Hercules with a DDT on the Jon Moxley on a concrete floor. There's no longer even a wrestling match. These two are going in a all-out brawl. And there's a DDT by Jon Moxley. Could this be it for the title? And he does it! Jon Moxley with a DDT onto the concrete floor has won the World Heavyweight title from Hercules. The Mighty God has been
Here is your
dethroned.
winner, and the new World Heavyweight Champion, Jon Moxley.
Hercules officially dethroned as Jon Moxley wins the World Heavyweight Championship. An incredible victory. Moxley did everything he said he was going to do. He was going to fight this match his way. And he was going to make Hercules pay for taking him out for 3 months. And here's a comment from Dancing Red Sox. Merry Christmas indeed. That's right. Merry Christmas to everyone, and Merry Christmas to you, Jon Moxley. And you just received the greatest gift of all, the GTW World Heavyweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to tune in next week for GTW New Year's All-Star, our New Year's special event. That'll be live streaming New Year's Day here at Infinite Fantasy If/Twitch.tv. And for those of you watching this pay-per-view live on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to know when new GTW content is coming to you. This is your host, Infinite Fantasy, signing out. May your fantasies be infinite, and Merry, Merry Christmas.